How you doing? How you doing? It is your handsome, slender host, Chris Williams, the Crystal Method Man Podcast, the podcast that cannot be copied nor duplicated. Like, comment, subscribe on the podcast today. Today, I want to talk about Tia Mowry. Now, in the news, well, it wasn't in the news, but I guess it was like pop culture news. Tia Mowry stated that she is kind of insecure about dating again because of the divorce, because she initiated the divorce. And I kind of laugh at that because there was no reason to make a divorce either way. Because to be honest, well, I don't know what happened, man, but they ended up being amicable, right? So I'm gonna bring up the article, and I'm gonna give my little take. Like, comment, subscribe on the Crystal Method Man podcast. Crystal Method Man podcast is a podcast that cannot be copied nor duplicated. I am Crystal Method Man, the one and only. Okay, let's see. Let me tell you this. There's a lot of people. Hold up. All right, we're gonna share the screen. We're gonna watch the video. Wait, hold up. Okay.
On the market. The newly single actress got candid about putting herself out there following her divorce from ex-husband Corey Hardrict, sharing in a relatable new Instagram video that she's working up the guts to look for love again. Fun fact, I've never been on the dating scene my entire life. So when I tell you I'm nervous and terrified of doing this whole dating thing, I mean it, she wrote in her caption. Tia went on to share an empowering message for anyone facing an intimidating life change and said her faith has helped her push through the emotional roller coaster, adding, even though I'm in my 40s, I feel so inexperienced. And while it would be easy to just throw in the towel and avoid the potential for awkwardness and hurt, I know God's got me. So if you're feeling apprehensive about new experiences, just know you got this and we're in this together. Fans loved seeing Tia keep it so real and applauded her for also having a sense of humor about her situation. The funny clip shows the actress poking fun at first date small talk as she mouths along to cliche icebreakers.
So, what do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like it?
Their two children and finalized their divorce 6 months later. Tia has been putting family first as she moves on to her next chapter. In May, her twin sister Tamara Mowery shared with Access Hollywood how much fun they had bringing their girls to the Little Mermaid premiere. We have to talk about that family outing to the Little Mermaid premiere with Tia and the girls. I mean, that Marquesa dress, first of all, you crushed it. No mantra needed. You crushed it, okay?
But thank you so much. My daughter, we had, a plethora of dresses to pick out. And I had this like sexier kind of dress. My daughter was like, no, I think you should wear this one. I was like, it's really on trend, Araya. It's really like, I think I might match the mermaid. Like, and she was like, that's the point. I want us to look like Disney princesses. And I said, okay. How could you say no to that? So thank you so much. I felt like a Disney princess. It was our first time ever on the red carpet together with our daughters, and that was an epic moment for us. We absolutely, it was so much fun, and to be able to come to an historical event, an event like that. I mean, I never thought in a million years we would have a woman of color Little Mermaid, right?
Yes.
Growing up, I saw the original one. So, and when I tell you,
Okay, guys, let me give my take on this. I know people have different opinions, man. And I believe a lot of times in life, man, people come into agreement, that things don't work out. And you move on, you become better. And you don't stay the same as you grow as a person. You move on, you become better, and you find other people, who actually who fit your purpose, right? Because I realize, man, when a person is or a friendship ends, a relationship ends, really God is just preparing you for that person that you're eventually going to be with, right? And that's the person that is just like you, that's a part of your purpose, right? I feel like when a person comes into your life, they either take or they either add. And if they have something to add to you, to your life, to improve your life, and if God's in it, it's going to work out. But if God's not in the forefront of it, it's not going to work out. You know, and some things have to end for better to come. But in this situation, Tia Mowry, I believe she is going to find love again. But at the same time, you fell in love with Corey. You might not have Corey might not have been your typical guy, right? He might not have been making as much money as he is now. But I believe that marriage could have worked out. But again, I don't know what happened during that. But I also believe that Tia Mowry should take this L. She should. At the same time, Corey is winning. He's dating other people. So at the same, because Corey didn't want this relationship to end. He didn't. He was like, I'm trying to fight for my marriage. I'm trying to do something. And then Tia was like, nope, 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 nope. Made my mind up. But and yet you have young kids as well. They're like 11 and 9, 11 and 8, 12 and 8. They're young kids. Corey, when I see Corey, he keeps winning. He keeps elevating. Corey is going to get his big break at one of these points. He's going to get his big break. But Tia Mowry can have her cats, her 12 dogs, and stay where she's at. Because I feel like, man, a lot of times in life, we make choices off of rash, right? And there's two things. When a relationship ends, that's a blessing. Because it really helps you realize how much you need to work on as a person and how much you can improve on as a person. And things that you accepted in the relationship that you would never accept it. But when it ended, it was because now you can get closer to God, become better. And you can actually become a better version of yourself, an improvement. But in this situation, man, I just feel like this is from rash decision. Now I feel like Corey wasn't her first choice. But guys, what I said before, your choices and decisions in life have consequences. But yes, God gives me grace. But at the same time, I can't disrespect that grace. And sometimes I beat myself up over it, man. And I realize, I have to keep moving. But I can't go back to what I used to act like. I have to become better, improve myself, and actually look at myself in the mirror and say, it's time for a change. It's time for me to become the man that God created me to be, but the man who I need to be. That little boy from 4 years ago needs to change. So maybe maybe this was a blessing in disguise for Corey, man. Because maybe he would have been putting up with something for 30 years, and he wouldn't have been happy. So she probably just did him a favor, and yeah, she's really reaping what she sows. So, but this kind of, but I do feel like, man, you know, at the right time, even for me, you know, God's gonna bring the right person in my life, even in your life, that is tied to your purpose. A lot of times I ask God to remove anybody out of my life that should not be there. Because if the person's in my life, everything's going well, I'm doing well, but they're like a leech, and everything they touch, they destroy. I can't have that in my life. I'm gonna have to ask you to please escort yourself out of my life so I can eventually meet the person that I'm supposed to be with in my life. But during that time, my choices and decisions that I make matter. I can either change for the better or I can change for the worse. The ball is in my game. Is in my outfield. Your choices matter, people. My choices matter. But I thank God for His grace. But I thank God, man, that He hasn't taken His hands off me. Because every day that He gets me up, there's another day to become better and do better. But your choices matter each day, guys. Life goes. No matter what happens in your life, man, it continues. It continues. And I realize, man, that my relationship with God should be the utmost importance. If my relationship with God is bad, I don't need to be in a relationship because then I'll lead that person off on the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? So, I pray at the right time, that God brings the right person in your life and that He brings the right person in my life. Because I don't want to settle for less. I don't want to settle just out of loneliness. I don't want to do that, man. And I feel like a lot of people do that. Some people need to figure out, man, hey, being alone, being in your own solitude is not always a bad thing. It's what you do during that time that makes it bad. It's your decisions and choices. And and the free time that I've gotten throughout the summer, I have choices in my life to be happy or to be miserable. Your choices matter in this life, man. Life isn't promised. It's not. To nobody. But I'm blessed, man, that I can do this podcast, but to help other people as well. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm far from it. But I know I need to get closer to God more each day. Because the things that God has done in my life, right? I almost put myself in a situation, right? So I know this is off topic, man. But during that time I was going to work, right? And It was a summer job, and I had some chicken nuggets in the oven, and the oven was still on for like 7 hours, 8 hours. But thank God the house didn't burn down. But that's really because of God's favor in my life. He's never taken his hands off me, man. I haven't always been close to God as I should be, but he's always been with me every single day. And the amount of times that I worried and stressed about things, it didn't matter. God was still there. He removed people out of my life. He's protected me. He saved me from myself. He's given me grace. He's given me comfort. He's given me peace. And I can't thank him enough. Now, I'm not just saying this for clout, guys. I'm saying this because of grace. I'm saying this because I'm an example of his grace. None of us are supposed to be here, man. Not everybody has had the opportunity to have another day. Not everybody has had the opportunity to be here. But I'm blessed that I'm healthy. I'm blessed that my family's healthy. And I'm blessed that he hasn't taken his hand off. There's been many times in my life, man, where I could have been somewhere that I wasn't supposed to be. But God's grace allows me to move forward. It allowed me to improve myself. It allowed me to be free from guilt. It allowed me to become the person that I needed to be. But I realized, guys, wherever God takes me in this life, right? Whether it's ministry, whether it's preaching the word, right? Or whether it's podcasts, man, because sometimes, man, things happen in seasons, right? You meet a person, right? That's for a season. That person wasn't supposed to be there the whole time. And sometimes we take seasonal people in our life where they should only be for a moment. But also, man, I know I'm jumbling everywhere, man, but I thank God, man, that he hasn't given up on me, man. I haven't always stick with him, but he's always stick with me. And that's allowed me to focus on where I need to be and be on track. But when God has removed some people out of my life as well, I'm talking about when he removes people out of your life. When God removes people out of your life, that's a blessing. Because God sees some things that you don't see. And the people could have been talking about you and you wouldn't even notice. If that person didn't walk out of my life, I would have been in some trouble. But this person has given me the benefit of the doubt, and it actually helped me. And actually realized, man, that I need to love myself more. I need to be more responsible, be who God created me to be. And it allowed me to know what my worth is and what I don't accept and what I will accept. You have to be mindful about that, people, of who you hang around and who you talk to. Right, y'all stay blessed, man. Like, comment, subscribe on the pod today. And I'll see you later. Peace.